What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages? Welcome. I'm on vacation this week. It's been a great week. We're in the mountains of North Carolina, just chilling out, spending some time with some friends, and it's given me the chance to kind of sit down and gather some thoughts, think through kind of where I want to go with the channel, both Twitch and YouTube, and it's worth sharing that with you guys, right? I mean, I'm still doing this because I've got people that show up week after week on Twitch, people that come in and comment on the YouTube videos. And it's not that I'm going to give up Warships, it's that there is other stuff that is also drawing my interest. And I've been playing Warships a lot, right? 5 years now. And it's time. It's time to look at other things. It's time to do other things. And so I'm going to be doing some of that. So what are we going to be mixing in? Starting with PC titles. I am excited about the new Mass Effect Remastered stuff coming in May. I mean, it's 6-8 weeks away at this point, but I'm still pretty stoked. I bought Mass Effect a number of years ago on Steam and never really got very far with it. Like, the controls are so off-putting. It's maddening. It's maddening. I've never finished the game. I think I've gotten probably like 90% of the way through it, and then I failed to save it and died because dumb controls, and then I got all pissed off and I've never gone back to it again, right? So there you go. But with Remastered coming, I'm cautiously optimistic they're going to fix some of the control problems. They're going to fix some of that stuff, and I want to give that a shot. So you're going to see that coming to the stream as we get deeper into May, and probably some videos here on the channel about that as well. I have a couple of ideas that I got to run by my buddy Lord Zath for some things, so we'll see. He's a huge Mass Effect fan, and I think there's some possibilities there that we can both work with. Subnautica, Below Zero is coming very soon. Again, 6-8 weeks out, like mid-May or something. I've played the original Subnautica, never on stream, but I have played through it a couple of times, literally twice, because it's just too much stinking fun. And I love the exploration games. I'm an explorer at heart. I sometimes think that if I'd been born in the wrong era, I would have been one of these crazy psychos on a ship exploring, driving off the end of the world. Like, where's the map end? Let's go find it. So explorer games are right up my alley. I'm looking forward to Subnautica. I've got a game, a key for a game called Per Astra I'm going to try out pretty soon, probably, because I've got the ability to get that one right now. I'll be mixing that into the stream soon. It looks like it's like a Mars terraforming kind of game, but you play as an AI, a computer AI, rather than a human player. And I think that's an interesting mechanic I'm going to check out. Civ 6. I've been a Civilization fan for 25 years, and Civ 6 is just the regular patch updates, the regular content updates really give them. There's a lot to look at. Like I could probably work in 2 Civ streams a month, real easy. Just looking at new content, trying new things. There's a million ways you can derp through Civ, and all the scenarios. I've never been big into Civ scenarios. Maybe there's something there that could be tried. So that's going to be coming. As well as possibly some MMOs. I don't talk about it a whole lot. I have been a World of Warcraft player off and on for pretty much the whole time that game's been out. When Warcraft Classic came out, I streamed it like an opening day. I've never gone back to stream it again. I've never really figured out what my niche is to try and stream Classic. But with Burning Crusade coming, I feel like there's an opportunity there to either make some content on Twitch or some content on YouTube, maybe a bit of both. I primarily like to play an enhancement shaman in TBC. I did that way back in the day, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And I realized that, we live in a world now where everything is, you can plug in, best in slot gear and all this stuff. But there's some nuances to it that I think maybe I might be able to show on Twitch or show on YouTube. So I'll probably be doing some of that. Another older MMO you might see sneak in here, Star Wars Galaxies. Yeah, you've heard me. If you've seen me on Twitch, you've heard me talk about my Galaxies experience before. One of the biggest crafting conglomerates on my old server, which was Tempest, back in the day. For those of you that don't know, I played a master weaponsmith on Tempest named Felton Kell. That was my dude. That was my character. I had a website. I had a massively successful weaponsmith business. I was a full-time crafter in this game. I loved it. And SOE basically told me, get out. We don't want you in our game anymore. Get wrecked. So I quit buying Sony products after that. No, that's not an exaggeration. I refuse to buy anything with the word Sony on it anymore. But over the years, several emulators have come out for Galaxies, and I'm really curious to see where this is going. Some people that I know pretty well from my old Tempest community have been working on an EMU server, and I may get some permission to stream some of that. I will warn you in advance. Galaxies may not be the most exciting thing to watch people stream because it is a sandbox game, but it is a very unique look at an older it's hard to describe Galaxies, right? It really is, because it was such a unique moment in MMO and history in general, right? Like, such a sandbox, almost back to all the EverQuest guys. Like, a lot of guys who worked on EverQuest worked on Galaxies. Just huge open world. You could do whatever you wanted: build houses, build cities, be a mayor, be a image designer, be a dancer, be a musician. You don't have to shoot things, right? It was a game without shooting, without killing. You could just play for hours and chat with people. It was a really, really unique experience. It may not translate well to YouTube and streaming, but you might see some of that around the channel. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to get back to TIE Fighter and X-Wing. This has been on the back of my mind for a while. I kind of gave up TIE Fighter last fall after my October partner app kind of got the shaft because of, well, I won't get into that. But anyway, but I've reached a point where I don't care. I'm going to get back into that. I've got about, I think, 3 or 4 more tours of duty to finish up TIE Fighter, and then I'll go back and play through X-Wing. So those are going to be coming. You're definitely going to see that on the channel. I want to finish up that series because I'm having a ton of fun with it. There's some other LucasArts classics from that era that I've never played that are now available on GOG and other places, like The Dig. The Dig was a game that I saw the ads for it as a teenager. They fascinated me. I never played it once. Never once. And I'm looking at it now like, why have I never tried this game? So we're probably going to give that a shot as well. And maybe even there was an old Indiana Jones, The Fate of Atlantis. That was another one that I may pick up just because it looks really, really interesting, and I don't know that I can pass on it. Might be some other RPGs. My wife is a huge Dragon Age fan. I've looked over her shoulder and kind of watched some of that. That interests me a little bit. Still BioWare. Hard to go wrong with BioWare RPGs, right? I mean, let's be honest here. And then I also picked up at one point on Steam, I bought like a discount pack of all the old Witcher games. I've never played through those either. So you're going to be starting to see more and more stuff that's not Warships come to the channel. What I'm looking for is some feedback, right? Like, does this interest you? Is there stuff that I'm not considering that you think I should? I'm a pretty broad gamer. I'm not an FPS kind of guy. A good RPG interests me. A good MMORPG interests me. A good strategy game interests me. But I'm generally not one for FPSs. You're not really going to find Fortnite and Valorant and Rogue Company and that kind of stuff here. Not because they're not fun games, just because it's not what I tend to enjoy anymore. And then, of course, eventually, as we get deeper into the board game stuff, you're going to start seeing that showing up here as well. I'm going to be doing. I have big plans for that on the channel, both YouTube and Twitch. More on Twitch, right? But the Twitch stuff, as you've noticed, I do a lot of stuff on Twitch, and then it finds its way to YouTube. You're going to be seeing some of that migrate over here, including some digital board games. There's quite a number of really good digital board game translations these days. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like the one for Terraforming Mars, but I do. I think it's pretty faithful. Doesn't have all the expansions to it yet, but they're working on that. There's some other ones out there that I think would be fun for a stream or two, just to showcase what they do, what they're like, and so on. So that might be some of that. Might be seeing some of that coming. And part and parcel of all this, I'm trying to do more community support. This is something I've been really bad at. I'll be honest, right? I have not done a lot of this. I've got, 4,000 followers on Twitch now, over 7,000 on Twitch, 4,000 on YouTube. I don't have a Discord. What kind of loser am I? I've been working on this for a long time. Part of it is because I want to make sure that Discord is set up the right way. Some of that's me. Some of it's things that I want out of my own Discord server, and some of it is stuff that I want to make sure that we have the right protections in place for a community that we can grow, so that I don't. If you let, I don't want to get too deep into it, but you got, in my mind, you've got to have the right moderation tools and channel setup and all the rest of that stuff built into a Discord server before you just open it willy-nilly to anybody. Otherwise, it's just a mess, right? You end up cleaning it. It's. I'd rather put the effort in first and open it later than the other way around. So, still working on that. The server exists, but it's literally me and the guy that I'm working with to host the bot. We're the only two people on it. He even asked me the other day. He was like, Are you ever going to open this up? And I'm like, yes, I've got to get off my ass and do it. So I haven't done a great job of this. We're going to be doing some more soon. Channel types. A lot of the games that we talked about, right now I'm looking at a breakdown of like PC gaming and board gaming, because those are going to be my two big focuses. PC channels, I've got some, I'm trying to figure out if I want to break it out by game or like game type, strategy and whatever. Like right now I think I've got like a channel for Subnautica and one for Sub 6 and one Civ 6, one for warships, one for boats, obviously. I mean, warships, I think I've got a squadrons one in there. Like some other things I want to try. If you have ideas on other stuff you'd like to see, let me know. Like, again, this is for you guys, right? Like, I want to be able to create a place where folks can come together, and if they're looking for some folks to go play Squadrons, they can round up. If they want to put together a multiplayer game of Civ 6, they can do that. If they want to grab some people for a multiplayer game of Carcassonne, like, they can do that too. Whatever. Whether that's in-game or on Tabletop Simulator, however it works, I want people to be able to come in and find all that. So, right now I'm looking at the kind of the board game PC gaming split, but if you've got some other ideas of what might be in there, hit me up. Drop me a comment here. Come find me on Discord, or ping me on Twitch. Like, send me a Twitch PM. Like, I'll talk to you. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty flexible. Okay. The last big thing, and I touched on this a minute ago, is moderators. I've said this a few times on my Twitch channel. I haven't really talked about it here on YouTube. The apps are coming soon. I am going to go through what I'm basically kind of modeling as like a formal application process. I want people to basically, express interest. I don't want to just reach out and ask people, hey, do you want to be a moderator? I want people to come to me and say, yes, I want to do this. And as a part of that process, I'm going to ask you, like, why? Like, what is it you want out of this, okay? This is going to cover both the Twitch channel and the Discord server. The Twitch channel, I'm not looking for people to be there every single stream, right? Like, in my mind, if I can get, I'll just pick a number. If I can get 8 full-time mods, like official mods, whatever, if I get a couple of guys that can make any given stream, that's reasonable to me. I don't have 1,000 people in my chat most of the time. So we'll tackle that as we go, but I'm looking probably, I'll figure out a number, but probably 8 to 10 mod slots to kind of get started. It might include YouTube. There might be some YouTube streaming down the road. I don't know. Right now, I don't have plans for it, but you just never know with Twitch, right? Because Twitch is bizarre, and yeah, let's just leave it at that. Twitch, the goalposts move a lot with these guys, so you just never really know where you're going to go. I will say, and you'll see this in the application when you get there, but if you're gonna hop in and you're gonna be a Discord mod, you're gonna have to understand their community guidelines, because we are gonna be setting this up as a community server. That actually does change how Discord will look at you and moderate you. Like, they will actually, if you set it up as a community server, they will actually come and check on you, right? From time to time, they'll come and make sure that you're obeying their community rules. So that means, as a moderation team, we have to at least be aware of those and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do for you guys. Like, if you do sign up to be a mod and you get accepted, this is not a paying job, right? But I do want to try and take care of people. I don't know what that's going to look like right now, guys. Right now I'm looking for people who are interested in doing this just because they're having fun in the community. They want to contribute. They want to give back a little bit. And then when the time comes, I'm hoping to be able to do some nice things for folks, especially as we get out of pandemia land and can get back to cons and what. Because I'm a con guy, right? I will go to PAX. I will go to PAX Unplugged. I will go to PAX South. I will go to BGG Con. I will go to Dragon Con almost every year. So you can catch me at a con and we'll figure something out. I mean, I don't know, all kinds of different ways we can slice this. But don't make that a focus, because I literally have no idea what that's going to look like right now. So if you're interested in the mod stuff, keep your eyes open. It'll be coming soon. I will get something up on the channel. I'll post here about it, and over on Twitch and on Twitter and all the various other places, and we'll get that to it, because I want to have the moderation team in place before I open the Discord server. That's about it. Just a quick update of what's going on, what to expect coming in the future. I'm really excited what I'm going to be able to do with the board game stuff on the table, guys. I've spent some time this week with a buddy of mine. He's a professional videographer. He's helped answer a ton of questions for me. I've made a lot of decisions about what I'm going to need to fill the remaining gear gaps I have to film things on the board game table downstairs. But I've got enough gear that I'm probably going to be able to start kludging things together here in the next 3 to 4 weeks, I'm hoping. The last thing I have to overcome is lighting, and I'm going to be putting some track lighting in that room, and coming up probably in the next couple of weeks, and that's really the last hump I have to get over before I can start knocking things together. It will not be the first one. The first ones will be rough, right? They'll be rough. They won't be pretty. They won't be what I would prefer them to be, but we'll figure it out, and I'll get some feedback from you guys about what needs to improve or get better, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, guys, I appreciate you sticking with me to the end. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for showing up for Twitch and YouTube and the subs and the follows. They mean a lot. They really do. This is a hobby for me, guys. This is a hobby for me, and the fact that I've got this many people willing and interested in sharing their time and their money with me as I do this as a hobby is really meaningful. So thanks. I mean, it seems inadequate, but it's all I have to offer, and so I really do appreciate it. In the meantime, guys, be safe, wash your hands, and I'll catch you next time.